So let's go through two setups for this rear delt cable row. The first one is going to be with the bench relatively upright. Grab your handles, swing around, have a seat, and just take a look at the handles that I'm using. I'm using a prime bar with a pair of D handles. It's important that you have free moving handles, or at least something that lets you adopt a relatively neutral grip. So angles 90 are going to work amazing. Prime bar is going to work amazing. Even just regular single D handles looped over a straight bar are going to work amazing to keep your hands in this semi-pronated grip where your palms are not down, but they're also not quite neutral. And from here, you're just going to think about rowing straight back with your elbows not flared, but slightly tucked. They're not going to be tucked in all the way tight to the torso. They're also not going to be flared up at 90 degrees. They're going to be somewhere in the middle. You don't need to stress about it being perfect. As long as they're not flared all the way up or tucked completely by the sides, you're good to go. Try to think about pulling your chest into the pad and don't overthink it. Row with your elbows not tucked or flared in a comfortable position somewhere in the middle. Now, for those of you guys who only have a cable set up at the bottom or the top, you don't have anything modifiable in between, that's fine. Just set your cable up all the way to the bottom, and you're gonna have to play with the bench height a little bit. You see that I'm playing a little bit with it here, trying to figure out what's gonna work best for pulling on mostly a horizontal angle. And then I sat down and realized that I couldn't straighten out my arms with tension on the cable, and so I had to back the bench up, and so it took me a couple tries to get this one right. But once you get yourself into position, the motion is essentially the exact same thing. You're just changing the angle of the cable and the bench to keep it a horizontal rowing motion. I like this setup. It works really well. It's not any worse than the first setup. And if you only have a top-down cable, then it's going to be a fantastic option for you.